Hi guys, welcome to Evelyn's Oven. Today I'm going to make a salmon and corn chowder. I have my salmon here. I had it in the freezer and I took it out to thaw it out. I'm going to cut it up in a minute. I have a couple of Yukon small potatoes. I have 3 little sweet potatoes or yams that I'm going to add to it. That's my little spin on it. I have some chicken broth. I have some corn, garlic, and I have, for my sauce, I'm doing a roux right now and I'm using my Instapot. I have a whole stick of butter, and I have some turkey bacon, about 6 to 8 pieces of turkey bacon, cut up in like less than 1 inch, probably 1/2 inch slices. And I put it in here under the saute button. And so I'm using this whole thing. Usually I would do it on the stove, but I'm trying to create less heat in a sense. I didn't want to use my flame in here. It's already hot and I'm burning up. I should have changed, but anyway. So I have my 1 stick of unsalted butter, and I have turkey bacon in here. And I'm going to take the turkey bacon out once it gets crispy, how I like it. And I'm going to save the rest of the butter for the roux for the sauce. So let's get one of these guys. I need a slotted spoon for this because I'm going to take all my bacon out. And I'm going to stick it in this bowl right here. So once we do that, then I'm going to stick the butter in there and I'm going to whisk it around. A little whisker. And don't know where everything's at. I definitely need to find, I tried to find most of the stuff I was going to use before I started the video. But there's always something that I'm just missing. And I'm like, I can't find it. Where's it at? Okay. I do not want to burn it. It's not going to be burnt. It's just going to get crispy. But here it is. It's way up here. My tools are so up high, and I usually try to get them down lower just so I can, okay, so just so I can reach them. So I'm going to give this a quick rinse. Okay, so it's popping. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but it's really popping. Yeah, so this bacon will be ready to get out any second now. I don't want to stick my face in there because it's popping pretty good. So yeah, that's pretty brown to me. We'll go with that. If a couple pieces stay in there, that's fine, but I try to get them all out because I want to use this butter for my sauce. Oh boy, yeah, they're nice and get crispy. So you're flavoring the butter in here with the turkey bacon. You get a little bit of that smoky flavor from here. And so we'll just take this out. And now there's not so much bacon in there. I'm not afraid to put my face in there so much, but I still want to make sure that I get most of the bacon out. Okay, this is going to do. All right, so there's the bacon. We're going to leave that there. And now I'm going to add some coconut flour to start my roux for the sauce. We're going to do about half a cup. I'm just going to eyeball it. I'm just going to stir in a little bit at a time. I'm just going to stir in a little bit at a time. A little bit more. And scraping the bottom. Getting all the flavorings from the bottom, scraping it, moving it around. Okay. So once you get this roux going, it should be a nice, bubbly, thickened sauce. Okay, so now it's thickened. Almost looks like a paste, but it's not sticky. So that's good. So while I'm cutting up my vegetables, I'm going to go ahead and stick my chicken broth in there because my paste is going to just keep pasting if I don't stick some liquid in there. So I've got about 2 cups of chicken broth. You can hear it sizzling. Now I'm going to move it around and continue to get some of those bits and pieces off the bottom there. So there's that. Now I'm going to add 2 more cups of water once I add my vegetables in. So I'm getting that ready. Okay, so I have 2 more cups right here. And let me get my kiddo something. Just 1 second. Maybe they'll want some almonds and apples. Open it for them. Okay, so now I'm going to cut up a little. So this recipe is really good for, like, I'm just winging it, guys. I'm just using what I have here. What I typically use in my salmon chowder is carrots, celery, potatoes, and onions. Okay, so I am completely out of carrots and celery, so I am just using corn and onions, and that's about it. So, but this is an adaptable recipe. You can add anything that you want to this. And I'm going to rinse this corn because it is a canned corn. I'm going to rinse it, drain it, rinse it, and drain it twice because I don't want that sodium. This is not a sodium-free corn, so it's not a lot, but it's like 14% or no, 11%. So yeah, I don't like to have a lot. Like I said, I like control over that. So okay, so this is getting hot, so I'm just going to add a little bit of minced garlic. Not too much, just a little bit. Got that out of the way. Now I'm going to start cutting up my onions. There's a little bit. So every time I add an ingredient, I'm just going to give it a quick stir. So I've added the garlic and a little bit of onion. I'm going to add some more. I have another onion here. It's just nice when it's really crazy busy. I didn't even have time. I had a doctor's appointment today, and my friend Jennifer went with me. And it's a hair removal appointment. So, and I do other things than that, but I had to do my whole face and my bikini line and all that good stuff. So, she wanted to come along and find out what they do and what services they provide, and they have like facials you can get, and I think she was interested in a facial. They had many to choose from, and they all seem good. I've only tried one. I really liked it. It was kind of relaxing and refreshing and all that. So she wanted to kind of look it over and see what they offer. And so here's some more onion. Get all our root vegetables out of the way. Get that aside. Now I'm going to do my little Yukons here. I got 2 little Yukon potatoes. And I want them small chunks for me because I just like smaller stuff when I'm taking a bite. And sometimes I like bigger stuff, like for stews and stuff, but I think I got this one. A little cut. There we go. So here goes one. And it's making me a little teary-eyed. Gotta say, the onions do that. Onions make me teary-eyed. Okay, so it's still brewing. I can smell it. It smells really, really good. Okay, so these are going to go in. Brian had to take one of the kiddos to the dentist to get his tooth pulled. Poor guy. Not fun. So this is my little twist. I don't know. I'm going to add these little yams. And I'm going to dice them up kind of small. Because I thought, well, I don't have carrots. And carrots are orange. I thought, well, you know, these yams can bring out really good color. And it's also a root vegetable. So why not? Anything you guys like, you can add. Just cutting off the ends because they were kind of dried out and not much orange left to them. So I'm just cutting these kind of small. I got 3 small ones here. I figure I might as well use them. And cut off the ends, cut through the middle, and just give it a slice. Oops, I lost a few. Just need to slow down. I think sometimes I get in a hurry, and to get things done, I'm in that mode. That's been my mode all day. It's like, hurry up and get it done. Hurry up, you got this and that, and then, you know, it's just overwhelming sometimes. But we'll get through the day. So here we go. Sweet potatoes or yams. I think these guys are yams. Sweet potato is the big guy. Okay, so I'm going to move these around. So I've got my 2 yellow gold Yukons and 3 little yams diced up with I use like a teaspoon of garlic, minced garlic. And there's some chicken broth in here, 2 cups of chicken broth, and a whole stick of butter. So that's the beginning of our sauce, which is the butter sauce, and then the end we'll add the cheese sauce. And then we'll also, I'm going to add a little bit of dill weed. So I'm going to add a little bit now, and then I'll add a little bit when we finish off. Just a little bit. Not even a teaspoon, half a teaspoon, quarter of a teaspoon. I'm going to move that around. Okay, I'm going to put a dash of pepper in there, a dash of salt, and move it around. So I still have it on saute, and it's bubbling really good, so this thing really heats up. So I've added all this. So I have this out. This is bacon pieces. This is applewood smoked bacon flavored bits. This is for vegetarians if they wish to use. I mean, if you're a vegetarian, you probably wouldn't be putting salmon in your salmon chowder, but it's just another option. I thought, well, am I going to use turkey bacon or am I going to use the vegetarian bacon bits and just try it and see if it works? I'm not going to try it today because I already had the turkey bacon and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to stick with that. But I got this out as an option. I got part of my onion. I am going to put a little bit more. I hate to do that though, but I'm gonna. I don't have a choice. I don't have no celery, and I didn't have time to go to the grocery store today, so I am using what I have. And you know what? That's okay, because if you're hungry enough and it's good, you're gonna eat it anyway. I'm gonna eat it anyway, so hopefully my family will love it just the same. Okay, so here's a little more onion. So stirring this around, it's really thickening. So I had my saute on there for 30 minutes and I think it's up now. So it's still going to be hot, but I got all this going. My my roux is already gone through. So now I need to add 2 more cups of water, which I have right here. I'm going to cut up my salmon and put that in there. So I'm trying to think, how big of a pieces do I want? A little hard. I'm going to stick it in the microwave and thaw it out some more. So I think I'm going to add the bacon pieces like towards the end, but I can add the corn now, most definitely. I'm just going to add half this can. I don't want to add too much, or even I'm not even going to add half the can, so corn is in there. I'm going to move it around. Oh, it does smell really good. So I don't really have a lot of milk, but I do have a little bit of milk I'm going to put in there. Since the fire did go off, No, maybe not. That's a fat-free milk, so doesn't really do what I want it to do when it's fat-free, unfortunately. Okay, so we got this. We're gonna just this is about 3 ounces of salmon. It's not a lot. I don't want to make it too fishy either. I don't want to make it too not tomatoey, but potatoey. So that's why I have a little bit of the corn, a little potatoes, a little bit of salmon. So I'm just kind of cube it up with my knife here, and then I'll just kind of spoon it out. And I'm just trying to leave the skin. I don't have to have the skin in there. It's not necessary. Some people like the skin in there. I don't, but I suppose that anybody, you know, everybody has their own preference. So. I'm just cutting from the bottom of the skin upward, trying to get most of that salmon out of there. I think that'll do. And I just got this side over here. So once I combine all the ingredients, I am going to cook it for a short period of time, just so the salmon can get really nice and done. This is a pressure cooker, so I got the skin here. I'm just going to discard that. Discard that. If you want to add skin, I'm sure nobody will hold it against you. My kids, I know one of my kids always be like, what is that shiny thing in there? I don't know what that is. I don't want to eat that. So no shiny stuff. Okay. So I'm going to put my salmon in there. Okay, looks good. Give it a whirl. Okay, I've got my salmon in there. Now for the last part is adding the cream. So I'm just going to open this can up. There we go. And you certainly could add whatever cream you think, it would go well. I've used cream cheese. I've used just butter and, a roux and chicken broth. I'm going to add the cream to this. This is the rich stuff though, right? I mean, this brand actually, and I'm not going to advertise brands, but I'm just saying, this particular one has way less fat than a lot of bottled brands. Like a third of the fat less. So I just read the labels on there and you can see what is what. How much fat per serving, how much sodium per serving. And this is really low. It's decent in sodium. I think it's 14%. So yeah, I try to stick with things under 20. So that's my go-to. Move these out of the way. Quick rinse. much it, guys. I'm going to plate up a bowl after we get it done. So I'm going to put this on for, let's see, I think about 30 minutes. We just have to get the salmon done, and we want to make sure it's good to go, but we don't want our potatoes mushy. So maybe we'll just do 20 minutes. I have to make sure this is in the center. We're going to hit manual and just do 8, 9, 10. We'll do 15 minutes and check it and see how it is. So when we get back after this, we will put a little more dill and bacon, and we'll be good to go. Thanks, guys. We'll be right back. Hi, guys. Welcome back to part 2 of, it's not really part 2. I mean, I had you guys on hold, pause for a little while because I had to let the potatoes cook. So it is done. I gave it a minute to cool down just for a little bit. It's still nice and hot. So after I plate it in this bowl, I want to show you guys. So I've got some French fried onions. I've got my turkey bacon here that's crispy. I have a homemade jerk seasoning